Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining 5 tribes. The table in 5 tribes is set up like this with 3 meeples of random colours on each of this tiles. Your job is to pick up the meeples and place them one at a time, leaving a trail to land on a final position. Wherever you land, you need to match the colour of 2 of your meeples. At least, if you can match more than just the 2, then that's great. And then you do the action that those 2 meeples will allow you to do, that coloured meeple. And I'll run through what each meeple's action is in a little while. The first thing we need to deal with is turn order. The different coloured players have already been selected as number 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a random draw from the bag. They will then decide, that's basically a bid order, not the turn order yet. So pink will first decide at what order or how much they think the first turn is worth. So for example, pink might really want to go first, and so picks the spot that had the 5, will pay 5 monies to take that spot, and then it's blue's turn. Blue can now spend either 8 to go ahead of pink or anything below pink. So blue really desperately wants to go first because he can see a turn that looks really good. So blue is going to go on there and spend the 8 coins. Now it's orange's turn to choose if they think going first is worth 12 or 18 coins. Orange could indeed select 18 coins so that black would not be able to go ahead of them, guaranteeing themselves first position, but you're only starting with 50 coins. I know that sounds like a lot compared to other games where you might start with 1 or 2, but you will need it for this bidding process. Orange doesn't really care. So orange is going to take 0. Now, if black wants to go ahead of orange, black doesn't actually need to spend anything. The only time black is now going to need to spend anything is if they want to go first. So black can also go to 0, which bumps orange up. And that can happen 3 times, as there is a 3rd spot just here on that board. This is the play order. So blue will now go first and will take his move, and then pink, and then black, then orange. Once blue has taken their move, they will take their piece and place it on the bid order number 1, and so next time around, they will have the first bid on when they get to play. That mechanism is what makes this game work so beautifully well. Now that turn order has been decided, you need to know what to do on your turn. First thing you need to do is move a group of meeples, like I showed you earlier. So, scanning around the board, if you have a vague idea of strategy, there's 2 things you really want to do in this game. Number 1 is to find a tile that has heaps of the same color. So for example, this tile down here has 2 greens on it. So if I was able to bring a green meeple to here, I would have 3 greens to do the green action. So to do that, I'd probably grab this one's here, drop one there. You drop 1 meeple on the way through each tile that you move through, so the more meeples you pick up, the more tiles you can move through. Drop another meeple just on this one, and then I finish my move on this particular square, which then gives me these 3 meeples to do the green action. I'll go into what those actions are later. However, if you scan the board, you will also notice that there is a tile that has 3 red meeples on it alone. So the best move would probably be to grab the meeples from here, 1 there, and drop 1 there, giving you 4 red meeples to do the red bonus action. You also get to place your camel. So say pink did that action, place a camel there showing that red has control of that tile, and red would gain this number of points here at the end of the game. That's how to maneuver the meeples around the board. What do you do with them once you have taken them? There are 5 different tribes of meeples, different colors, 1 color for each tribe. I'll run through them really quickly. Now, there is a happy little board that has all of this information on it for gamers to be able to look at as they go. First up, we have the yellow meeples, or viziers. Let's just use the colors, of course it's easier to remember. The yellow meeples literally get taken and placed in front of the player and will give points at the end of the game. There are bonus points for the player who has the most of the yellow meeples in front of them at the end of the game. The next color I'll deal with is the white guys. These guys are known as the elders. Just like with the yellow ones, when you take these, you place them in front of you. They are also worth points at the end of the game. They're actually worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. Yellows are worth 1. But the white meeple can also be used to purchase other cards. And I will talk about that in a little while when I get up to those cards. Next up, we have the green meeples. The green meeples are the merchants. These guys and every other meeple type that we're going to draw go back into the bag when we take them. So I'm putting 3 green meeples into that bag. The green ones allow you to purchase or take, because you've purchased with those green meeples, resource cards. These are the resource cards down here. So I put 3 in the bag. I take the first 3 resource cards into my hand. Once again, I'll go into what those resource cards do in a little while. Resource cards can be used for 2 purposes. Well, realistically, it is only one purpose, but you can use them for that purpose at any point during the game. What you're looking for is sets of these different resources. So at the moment, I've got a set of 2 different resources. If I were to pick up these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, they're all different. That would give me a set of 7 different resources. If you look on the map that comes with it, 7 resources as a set is worth 40 monies. So that's pretty worthwhile. If you can get all 9, it's going to be worth 60 money. So you can sell a set of those cards at any point during the game. The sale of those cards will happen at the end of your turn. And it's something you'd only want to do if you don't have any money left and you need to bid on the player turn order. If I was very desperate with these 2 cards that I've just picked up, I could sell them for 3 monies, but it's probably more worthwhile hanging on to these guys until I can get some more of them to make a bigger set, which will be way more valuable. So if you can hang on to them to the end of the game, you're going to get way more points from them. The other card that I picked up in those resource cards is this. He's called the Fakir. I'll go into what you use the Fakir for later. Blue meeples are called the Builders. Once again, they go back in that same bag that I was talking about earlier. I picked up the blue meeples from this particular tile. So what you do is you count up the number of blue scoring tiles that are in the surrounding tiles from the starting spot, including the starting spot. So in this case, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. 4 times 2, that's worth 8 points or 8 monies to me straight away. If I were to have picked up 2 blue meeples from this particular tile, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, multiplied by however many I was able to pick up. It's as simple as that, and just gives you some extra money. The red meeples, the last guys, these are the guys I picked up earlier. The red meeples, I managed to pick up 4 from that square. These guys are called the assassins. What they enable you to do is, there's 2 things, you've got a choice. You can either kill, or basically return to the bag, any yellow or white meeple from in front of another player, or they allow you to assassinate, kill, return to the bag, 1 meeple from as many tiles away as the number of assassin meeples you picked up. So if I picked up 2 meeples from that spot, I would be able to assassinate 1 meeple from 1, 2 tiles away. This tile just here, or 1, 2. Using the movement rules, you can't move diagonally, so using those movement rules. However, I've picked up all 4, that allows me to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and assassinate a meeple down here. Or obviously we can do that in any direction to be able to take them out. That then allows you, if this is what the board looks like, would allow me to 1, 2, 3, assassinate this particular meeple here, and because that square is now empty, I am able to claim that as mine. And those meeples get returned to the bag just like all the others. Once you've done the action with the meeples, you then do the tile action. You'll notice in the bottom left corner of each of these tiles, there is an icon. So let's have a little bit of a closer look at those icons. First up, we have this icon here. This icon tells you that you must add an oasis to this tile if this was your finishing place. The tile doesn't need to be empty for you to be able to add an oasis to it. An oasis looks like this. What it does is it will give the player who has control of that tile at the end of the game it will give them victory points. I'll give you 3 victory points for every oasis that you have control over. The other one that's really similar to that is called the village. It works in exactly the same way. When you finish your turn on there, it doesn't matter if it's empty or full, you will add a village counter to it, and whoever has control over that village at the end of the game will earn themselves 5 victory points. The person who places it there doesn't earn anything unless they can actually get one of their camels onto that spot. Then there are the market tiles. There are 2 types of market tile. There's this market tile, which costs you 3 coins, but allows you to pick up one of the first 3 resource cards. So you spend your 3 coins and pick up one of those 3 cards there. That's the small marketplace. This one here is the large marketplace. It will cost you 6 coins, but it lets you pick up 2 of the first 6. Now, when you're looking at the resource cards, you're always going from left to right with that count. So at the moment, there's only 6 left out, so that card would allow me to pick up any 2 of these ones. If those 3 cards that I picked up earlier were still there, I would only be able to pick up one of those 3 cards or these 3 cards, 2 of those first 6 cards. Once the turn has finished, all the cards that have been taken stay out their gaps, but all the cards that are left push further along, and we reveal more cards to create a lineup of 9 cards again. The only action card that is left is this one that allows you to purchase one of the gins. I'll show you what the gins are in a second, but to purchase a gin, it will cost you either 2 of your white meeple from in front of you, or 1 white meeple and 1 of those fakirs that you picked up from the resource deck. That will inherently stop too many of the gins from being purchased. Gins are these cards. There are 3 of these available each turn. Once they're gone for that turn, they're gone, but they then get replenished up to the 3 again, just like the resource cards. This particular card allows each of your oases, oasi, I'll let you comment below to tell me how to pronounce the plural of oasis. Each oasis that you own at the end or have control of at the end of the game is worth 5 points instead of 3. This card is also worth 8 points at the end of the game. There is a list of what each of these gins do on the back of that handy little player sheet that I was showing you earlier. There's the list there, so as you turn them over, it's worthwhile just having a real quick read through of what is there and what's available. That's pretty much it. All you're looking for at the end of the game is how many tiles that you have control over, how many of the yellow meeples you have in front of you, how many whites, all the scores from the top of those gins, all of the oasis and village markers that are on the tiles you have control of. Any markers you have control of, obviously you get the number of points that's marked in that top right hand corner, and any of the resource cards, any combinations of those resource cards. So there's a lot of different ways to score points and to win the game, really. So I hope this has helped you get 5 tribes to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email on thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter to see what games I've been playing @thegamesplainer. And until next time, enjoy gaming.